Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Fabulously Imperfect Mom. Don't judge me for my posture, please. Christina here. This was going to be a get ready with me. I'm in my position, makeup and such. But today is a bit of a rough day for me. It's Labor Day, yes, yay. But September is a very hard month for myself and my family. So, you have your parents, right? People that biologically gave birth to you. And you love them for who they are. And sometimes you're just lucky enough to run across someone or multiple someones, honestly, that really care, like, about you as a person, I started to tear up, but I don't do the crying thing on camera, so we're not going to do that. And those people really change your life, like they really do. And I've ran into very few of those individuals. I have my mom and my dad, obviously, but most people don't know about my life unless I let them in, because I'm a very structured person, I guess would be the best way for me to say it. I feel like my childhood was very unique, but I'm sure a lot of people feel like that too. So it's not the same stories that I hear other people telling, like, oh, my parents came to my sports event, and oh, we went and had dinner together, and oh, we did this and did that. And my mom had a master stroke when I was 3. And that means that not only did she have a stroke, but she was paralyzed on her right side of her body, which caused a drooping in her face. Her arm was paralyzed and her leg didn't bend a whole lot, but the doctor said basically she would never walk again, pretty much. But she did, with the help of like a cane, which was great. But her speech, she couldn't speak really. She had very minimal words that she could say. So most people that know my past say I didn't have like the normal childhood, like the stereotypical mother role or stereotypical father role there. But I was fortunate enough to meet someone that like changed my world, to be honest with you. I met my sisters in 9th grade. Well, I met one of them in 9th grade. And I say sisters because we've been friends, family for over 20 years. And she didn't tell me at the time, which is so crazy, but she didn't tell me that she had a twin, right? So, excuse me, I'm still sniffling from the surgery. My nose is not back to bed, or actually not back to, because it was pretty crappy, but better yet. We're working on it. But she didn't tell me she had a twin. So I'm walking down the hallway in high school, and we're just going along, and I see her. I thought it was not her, but I was like, hey, D, what's going on, girl? I'm seeing P later. And this fool looks at me like, I don't know you. So I'm like, did she just do me like that? Like, you don't know me in public, but you know me in private at the PE gymnasium? So I'm like, all right. So I wait. I just walk on by like, okay. She just brushed me off. Wait to go to PE. I'm like, bro, I spoke to you earlier and you acted like you didn't even know me. And she was like, no, you didn't. And I'm confused. I'm like, yeah, I did. And then it clicks. You can see like the light bulb go off, right? That I didn't know she was a twin. So she told me, she was like, that was probably my twin sister, Naj. Tell me why it was her twin sister. And I was hot. I was like, how am I making a new friend? And you don't even know me no more? And we just met like yesterday. Anyways, so we became friends. From that point forward, it's like, I can't get rid of them. Just kidding. But, you know, we've been rocking since then. And I met their mom. Mul is what we call her. Christine was her first name. She was amazing, you know, like, she's the best role model I could have ever asked for sure. But while I talk to you, I'm going to put my face on, if that's cool, because today's the anniversary of her passing, and we're going to go out and see her, go out to eat. And I'm bringing my oldest son because he's the closest. He was the closest to her. It's been 3 years, and my baby's only 5. So she doesn't really remember her, so she doesn't really understand, you know, so. But no, anyways, I've only washed my face, just real quick, washed my face, did the exfoliating brush, toner. I'm about to do my lotion, my eye cream, and my facial lotion right now, so we'll do that while I talk. But anyways, this is the e.l.f. Illuminating Eye Cream. She was goofy. It's hard to say was, because, you know, I still haven't really dealt with a lot of it, and I know I haven't dealt with a lot of it because I don't like to show weakness. I pride myself on being very strong and being able to be the backbone for other people, more so than myself. So, you know, that causes some issues, obviously. And then I'll probably do a vlog in a few days. I'm trying to just be more, like I said, I was going to be open with you guys and really share my life. So I'm really trying to do that. It's difficult when it comes to moments like this, though, and it's just hard. You just want to kind of like curl up in a ball and like hibernate, you know. But my nephew was murdered in the next couple of days, so a year ago. And since then, real quick, L'Oreal Revitalift, still using it, guys, still on it. I like it so far. It's been working well these last few weeks to a month. This might have been longer than that. So it's, you know, when you go through things that are detrimental or traumatic or like really rock your world, you know, like truly like shake up your normalcy. Like it really changes the foundation that you have built your life on and what you expect, you know. Like I expect when I go to Mul's house for her to be there, and she never is. I expect to hear her yelling for me to get her a cup of coffee, and that doesn't happen. Or I expect her to try to give my baby a spoonful of coffee, and I'm like, no, Mom! And she's getting on to me as I'm trying to parent. You know, like, it's just things that you take for granted. And it's hard, you know, it's a difficult thing. Because I've dealt with a lot of death in my life. It's not that I don't know how to deal with death, because obviously there's a grieving process. But to be honest with you, I don't know that I've really gone through that process. Like, I don't think I have, to be honest with you, with my nephew Isaiah. A lot of it with my mom, I don't think I dealt with when she passed either, which was right after Hurricane Katrina. I'm from South Mississippi, so I lost everything through that. Living right on the beach was a poor decision at that point in my life, you know. young, thinking, oh, I'm right on the beach, I can go swimming whenever I want. Did not think about natural disasters at all. Oh, my water's somewhere over here. Okay. But you know, it's just hard to deal with, because you want to be able to feel how you feel, but then like I was younger when my mom passed away, so I was just young and dumb, you know what I mean? Like, my lighting went out, Lord. Hold on. It's a glitch. I'm fixing it now. There we go. Okay, hold on. Much better. Okay. So, I masked my pain, I guess, with alcohol, to be honest with you. And this is the e.l.f. Acne little stick thing I showed y'all in the other e.l.f. haul. This is actually fantastic, because I have like a little bump right here, and I've been using this. It's amazing. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, it's basically not even there anymore, but I'm so paranoid about it, I just put it on anyways. I probably should have put it on before my moisturizer, but you know, what else. But you know, I turned to alcohol, and I was just like, let's party, let's, you know, do all of those things. And I didn't let myself feel, because my grandpa, the only real grandpa I've ever known, because I've had maternal and paternal, but my grandpa was my dad's stepdad. But it wasn't like a stepdad or a step grandparent, you know, like, we never used those terms. It was a closeness that was amazing. It was one of the most important relationships I think I've had in my life. Because you can go and you can have relationships with people, and then you meet new people, and you kind of grow and you progress and things change, but you know, like, there's just certain people in your life that just they were like a weight that kept you grounded, if that makes sense. And he was definitely one of those too. So I have a few ones that, you know, that stand out to me, and that I know that I haven't fully grieved, but today is all about more. And I just miss her, and I feel like one day I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be like a dream, and then she's back, because I have so many regrets of like not going over there as often as I should have those last like months. And I say, like, you know, I had the kids and school and new baby and all these things, and I could have easily made more time, and I feel a lot of regret with that, and guilt, you know, because you feel that whenever someone's gone and you can't get that time back. Because just being able to be next to her was, I guess most people would try to avoid that, especially when someone is passing of cancer, you know, and they would like to avoid seeing them in the state that she was in, you know what I mean? Like, unable to speak, and, you know, breathing very hard, and all those things right before she passed. But just being able to see her and kiss her and hug her before she passed, and even after she passed. I guess some people are like, that's weird that you kissed somebody that was not alive, but it's not weird at all. I kissed her in the casket too, because I love her, and you're my family. So I was supposed to be getting ready, and I'm sitting here just chatting away. Okay, so poor little buddy. So today we're gonna go and we're gonna go and put flowers down. And I'm kind of, I was hesitant. I didn't think that I would be able to do it today. So I was talking with Dee earlier and just telling her, like, hey, I don't know if I can do this today. I'm having a bit of a hard time. But the one thing that just rings through to me is that, like, Moan deserves this respect. She deserves this and so much more. Because she was an amazing woman. Like, amazing. And just to give you, like, a breakdown. Like, if you've never met someone like this in your life, you don't know what you're missing out on. And look, I have always sworn to be this person for my kids and my kids' friends, because it's important. So if you don't have the best upbringing, you don't have the best environment at home, look, my house is a safe haven. I'm not perfect. Obviously, fabulously imperfect mom. I make mistakes. I make mistakes daily, okay? I'm learning from them. I might be too snippy. I might have less patience one day. I may be extra lazy one day and not get things done that I'm supposed to get done. But, nobody's perfect. God made us in His image. We are the way that we are supposed to be, but we can always strive to be the best version of ourselves that we can be, is the way that I see it. So, she gave that to me, to be honest with you. Did I still rebel and do things that I shouldn't have done? Obviously, because young and dumb, you know how that goes. But she was just the most solid foundation I have ever had. And she took me in. Like, this isn't just a friend's mom. Sorry, my sports bra showing. A friend's mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, she literally was a mom to me. Is a mom to me. For sure. And when I was, right after I graduated high school, my dad had kicked me out because he didn't like the people that I wanted to hang out with or the choices that I was making. And I'm not going to go into all of that because I don't want to paint a bad picture of him. But I had nowhere to go. So basically, my sister took me in. I moved up to North Alabama. I went to the University of North Alabama. I went there for one semester, and it just wasn't a fit for me. I had a few deaths happen while I was there, so I was traveling home, which is like an 8-9 hour drive for those services and all of that. And I came back, and I had nowhere to go, basically. So Moul took me in. She let me live there. I didn't pay bills. I cleaned when she wanted to clean. I went to work. I was an irresponsible kid, Like, I wasn't prepared for adult life, which I should have been prepared. And that's what our job as parents is to prepare our children for the real world. That's, that's my thoughts on it. So, I wasn't prepared. No one prepared me properly. And, that's just the facts of life. Some people have great examples and good people to set the right boundaries for them and set a course for their life, and say, hey, what do you want to do? And if you want to do that, then hey, this is what route we'll take, and all of those things. But with my siblings being so much older than me, my sister's 18 years older than me, my brother's 17 years older than me, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do because they were not in the house, So a lot of, the chaos and, trauma, I guess, they experience their own. I experienced my own. Everyone deals with things differently. So one was a person that put me on that path. She taught me about responsibility. She taught me about treating people good, regardless of their financial status, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of their sexual preference, regardless of their upbringing, regardless of, what mental state they're in right this moment. You can always be there to help somebody. And I mean, look, let me be honest with you. There are not a lot of people in this world that do that. I was definitely taught manners as a child, so I'm not saying that, my father didn't teach me manners or whatever, but, I think I put way too much foundation on it. But I was definitely not taught the proper way to do a lot of things. Did I have a lot of responsibility as a kid? 1,000%. Like grocery shopping as a kid, writing checks as a kid, all kinds of stuff that a child should not have to be doing at like 5 and 6. So it's not that I didn't know about responsibility in that manner, but I think that I grew up so quick that I was just resentful, and I just didn't want to even deal with any of it. So I was just wanting to be irresponsible for a while. And that's something that I never want my kids to feel or think is okay, because this world owes you nothing. This world will chew you up and spit you out, literally. So I would really like to prepare my kids the way that she prepared me, especially for parenthood. Like, I saw parenting as such a harsh thing. And they say, like, your first child is like that trial of how you're going to be as a parent, which sucks because you end up parenting differently when you have more children. Like, you see the error of your ways with the first child, and then you try to fix it with the second and third and so on and so forth, And that's true. I never claimed to be perfect by any means. I couldn't tell you how many mistakes as a parent that I've made. A bunch. I can tell you that much. So parenting is definitely not easy. But Mo had it all together. Like, obviously, it takes a while for you to gain your own and kind of come into your own and realize, hey, this is for me or what's not for me. But when you find it, it's like, yes, like I feel like I'm moving. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, which is obviously fantastic. So when I came back home, she took me in. Naj and I shared a room, so I was in the room with her. And she literally let us all use her car to go to and from work or Walmart or wherever in the world we needed to go. And Dee was off at college, and she didn't have no license till she was like 20-something. Yeah, I'm judgy. I'm just kidding. But, like, I was the chauffeur because Naj did not want to drive and Dee just did not have a license. So Naj and I worked together, and, we would come home from work, Mom would be on graveyard, and we would do, whatever we wanted to do. Irresponsible kid stuff, We're getting up in age where, you want to be responsible and you want to get your life together and all of that. And boy, the mistakes you make along the way. And it's hard because, like, I see that my kids are getting older. My oldest is 10, so, like, he's getting up there to where I just want to be like, bro, let me just, ooh, got it on my, got it on my leg. I just want to control, like, everything he does, which obviously is not going to work out well for me. So I'm trying to, like, not be so raw, as my husband calls it, but still put him on the right path, because my son is just so silly. He's a silly one, silly goose. And, my daughters are more organized, I would say, but my son is more tech savvy. My 5-year-old is super tech savvy, which is ridiculous, but she is. And I just want to I want to like coddle them. And I know you can't, obviously, it's difficult, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that I don't want to, because I definitely do. But with Moore, she just basically said, hey, this is what it is, and these are the rules, stick to them or don't, and consequences are what they are. So, you know, Moore kicked us out a few times. Me and Naj mainly. Yeah. So she told us this one time. Can't remember what we got kicked out for. But we totally got kicked out. But we got kicked out for something. But Moore said, before y'all go, do those dishes in there. So we literally had to wash dishes before we got kicked out. Which, looking back on now, like, you want to be like, no. But I'm scared. I wasn't going to say no. Yes, ma'am. I'll do it. Sorry. I'll do it right now. As we speak. And it was funny. I mean, we didn't really get kicked out, but she was set on it. But we sweet talked her. But she took me in literally as her own. And I was always her child. Always. She taught me about finances, taught me about how to, get my life together. Like, especially with having my son. I was 24 when I had my son, my oldest. And being a single mom was hard, boy, I tell you. I give it to y'all single mothers out there. It is a difficult task. You got to make some hard decisions. And you truly, truly, truly have to be selfless. You have to be. I mean, people say, oh, you still got to look out for yourself. No. Okay, so when it comes to your child, and you're a single parent, and you're having to work these jobs, 1 job, 2 job, 3 jobs, however many, you've got to take care of your child. That's the bottom line. That's, just what it is. So, the way I see it is that, yes, you look out for yourself, but at the same time, you've got to make sure that you're doing the right thing by your child. And I am still very protective of my kids, all of my children, biological or not, because we are a huge blended family, right? And I learned that from Moore, like Moore even took in all of her husband's kids as her own, which wasn't her husband at the time, and took care of them as her own, even though they were not her biological children. So if that doesn't speak volumes to you as far as who she was as a person and how amazing she was, you just don't know. Because she played 0 games, okay? There was no cursing in front of her. She's the only person in my life I have never used profanity in front of. Because again, I'm not perfect. And I slip up with a couple F-bombs or what the H-E double hockey stick. Because, I'd like to get monetized. So I'm not going to use all that on this channel right now. But I have and had the utmost respect for her. I would never disrespect her, like, in any way possible at all. So I feel like I'm rambling, because I think I am. But I am just super thankful to have had her in my life for as long as I did. And talking about it is much easier right now, because I haven't talked to really anybody about it today. I told Dee I didn't know if I was going to be able to go, because I was just super stressed about it this morning. I feel really on edge. My anxiety is like through the roof. But I made the decision to go because Moore deserves that and so much more. I put wavy spray in my hair just so I didn't have to do anything with it. So I'll probably pull it back. My go-to style. But yeah, she deserves that and just so much, so much more. So I'm gonna go out and go see her. I think I just got to deal with my emotions because I try to hide them and like bury them. I have this little box, right? I take all the emotions that I don't want to feel or memories I don't want to remember, and I put them all in that box and I bury them as far deep down as I can. And that's super unhealthy, apparently. Learn that. So I am trying to do better. And I think that all you can do is try, make the best out of the situation, and, you know, be there for each other and take care of each other. And just make sure that you don't lose yourself in the process, you know. And I feel like I didn't do a really good job of that before. So I'm trying to right my wrongs and set a really good example for my kids for how important mental health is. Because after my nephew passed, it was beyond hard for me. So I've never experienced like panic attacks or anything like that, and I had all of that, which will come in another video. I'll talk to y'all about that, because again, I'm trying to be really, really open with my feelings and just my life experiences, because if I can just help one person, I mean, I would love to do that, because I know there are so many women out there, and even men, that say, hey, like, I'm too strong for this. I don't need to show these emotions. I don't need to do this or that or cry or, you know, whatever. But it's just, it's not realistic though, you know, like it's not realistic at all to say, hey, I'm not going to show these emotions, because if you don't ever let your emotions out, you're going to bottle it up basically, and it's going to overflow or explode, which is going to be a terrible situation for you and anyone around you at that moment, because you don't know how that's going to go. You don't know if that's going to be like a, you know, a good emotion that you could just let it all out and, oh, I didn't do my base for my eyeshadow. Well, this is what it's going to be. You don't know if it's going to be like a good emotion that you're letting out, like, hey, you know, I feel better and blah, 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 blah. Or if it's going to be too much for you to handle and you overwhelm yourself and then you just resort to other means of coping, which is not a good thing for your body, your mind, nothing. And your loved one, or, you know, whoever you're grieving or thinking about at that moment, wouldn't want you to do that anyways. They'd want you to take care of yourself and make sure that you're thinking about yourself, you know. So I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress. So hopefully I can, you know, figure out this thing called life and figure out like how to deal with stuff and actually deal with it, and not act like I'm going to deal with it and then not, you know. So I guess, you know, we'll see it together. You and I, you'll see me at my best, at my worst, you know. So I'm going to try really hard to just keep my eye on the prize and make sure that I'm setting a good example and I'm taking care of myself also at the same time, because you can't take care of anybody else if you're not good. And that took me years to acknowledge and say, oh yeah, that's right, because I didn't want to admit any of it. I just wanted to be strong. Like, I can be strong. I'm the strong, independent woman. I don't need anybody else. I can do everything on my own, and I don't need a shoulder to cry on, and that's not true. Yeah, it's not true. It took me a long time to even let my husband in, because you get stuck in your ways, you know, of just doing what you feel like you need to do, or feel like you want to do, and then you don't truly. Gosh darn it, it's like, just, I'm going to change my top before I leave. We have a great Marine Education Center here, by the way. It's for Southern Miss USM, and They do great with our kids. We go on field trips there and everything, and it's pretty awesome. Side note. But it's just hard to open up in general. And with me being an emotional person, apparently I got like foundation all on my nose. My nose is still a little bit like funky. Let's see. Is that better? A little bit maybe? Oh, let me just hit my dewy mist real quick. I cannot get enough of this. At least I didn't squirt myself too hard that time. But I always get so close to my face and I know better. So why do you do it, you ask? I don't know. But I do it anyways. Ooh, drop my brush. Okay. So I've lost track of what I was saying since I'm on this rant. But, oh, no. Okay. So, being strong and independent, I think that's the spill I was on. And I lost my eyeliner. Okay, here it is. But it's, it's definitely not the easiest thing to do. Oh, gosh. I was watching this tutorial and Tana Mojo pulled her eyelid to the side like this, and Jeffree Star laughed so hard. He was like, girl, you're giving yourself crow's feet early. And ever since then, I've been paranoid about pulling my eye over, but I've never done it a different way. So, now I don't want to give myself extra wrinkles, but at the same time, it's like, how do you do this without pulling it over, Forget it. I'm pulling it over. Hope that doesn't give me crazy crow's feet or anything weird like that. But, yeah, so long story short, 38 minutes in, or whatever it ends up being after I edit, it's difficult. I've never talked about any of this on camera before, and I don't talk about it in real life. I bottle all my stuff up and just, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And I can't change it, so just deal with it, suck it up, you'll be fine, pretty much. And apparently that's not what you're supposed to do, so you learn something new all the time. I literally keep losing everything. Where's the top to the eyeliner? Oh, there it is. But, I'm working on it. I really am. But I just wanted to give her a shout out because, I know people are going through things. I know all of you. Yes, I licked my finger. I feel like I'm rubbing my child's face, but it was just that stuff that was on my leg, my foundation or concealer. Because it's easier for me to talk to y'all than it is for me just to speak in general to people in person, because vulnerability is not my thing normally, but we're getting there. I think we are, at least. I feel like we are. Let me just say it like that, because I've gotten much better than I used to be, and all you can ever expect from yourself is just to do better than you did yesterday. At least that's how I feel, because you can always have a slip up, make a mistake, and then like you can either be down on yourself about it, or you can just pick yourself up, do better from that point forward. Because I mean, you're not going to be perfect every day. You're not going to make all of the right decisions every day. So, you know, I'm a work in progress. And I have a tattoo for her. You can see on my arm here. It's a pocket watch. It has her birthday as the time, and then it has her initials right here, CF. And you know, the artist, which, let me put my phone a little closer to the thing. The artist made a mistake when he did it, and he did not put the line on top of this number, 6, 8. I had to count. Yeah, don't judge me. He did not put the line on top. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know, I need to go get that fixed, right? So for the longest, I kept saying I was going to go back up there and just have him correct it for me. And I've had this for 3 years, almost 3 years. I haven't, because I feel like it will devalue what I wanted as a tribute to her. And some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, she got a tattoo of somebody that's not even her blood family, or blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Let me just say that now. Blood does not mean anything. Let me be very, very clear about that. Blood is blood. They are genetically related to you in some form or fashion. But blood does not mean that they are more important than anyone else that you consider your family. Let me just say that off top. Because the closest family I have are not biologically my family at all. And I love them the same, if not more, than my biological family. Like as far as aunts and uncles and all of those things, you know. So I don't believe blood means anything as far as difference in the ability to love people, because they love you and they are good influences on you, and they are a attribute to your life. So I'm going to get something for my nephew at some point as well. I want to get a scorpion, because he had a scorpion and he was a Scorpio. So I plan on doing that probably on my shoulder, like right here possibly. But I haven't made the final determination on that yet. So I guess I'll figure that out when I figure it out. I definitely want to get a new tattoo soon. See, I have my wedding anniversary here, and I have 2 of my 4 kids' names. I just can't decide where I want to put the other kids at. And this is just that LA Colors, like Dollar Tree. I like it the best, so I've been using it. Because I got this waterproof mascara. Oh, it's terrible. You can't get that stuff off to save your life. It doesn't matter what you do, what you try. Doesn't matter. So you're stuck with it forever, basically. Yeah, you're stuck with it forever. So I guess I just want to talk to y'all today about it. I'll do another little vlog today, maybe when we're eating or something like that. But I'm definitely not doing anything at the gravesite. That's sacred. That's, you know, that's my time with her, to be able to talk to her and just have that quality time. I talk to her regularly too, though, and I guess some people don't do that, but it gives me peace. It gives me calm. I feel like she's listening from heaven for sure, because she wasn't nothing but an angel. Seriously. But guys, I appreciate you getting ready with me. I feel a little bit more prepared to go about my day the way that I didn't think I was going to be able to, thank goodness. So thank you for that. I probably wouldn't have left my bed today, to be honest with you. I just told myself, get up, take a shower, do a video, get a vlog, have a little you time, and see where it goes from there. So guys, I truly appreciate you. I thank you for just listening to everything I'm saying. If you're having a hard time, if you're having mental health issues, if you're having an issue with grieving for someone, I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but if, hey, you want to talk about it, you want to have someone to listen or be able to relate to you, or whatever the case may be, know that you're not alone. Know that other people go through it as well. And hey, I'm here. If you want to comment below, or if you don't want everybody knowing, you know, what you're going through, DM me, shoot me a message. You can hit me on here. You can hit me on Instagram, Fab Imperfect Mom, Fabulously Imperfect Mom, Twitter and Snapchat, Fab Imperfect Mom, for both of those, and then I'll put them up here also, just so you'll have that. But subscribe to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm here to be raw and candid with you guys. And if you haven't watched my other videos, go check those out. I'll have a little bit more to add to this one a little later today, just to see, you know, how I'm feeling later in the day after we've gone through these things. So I'm going to get some flowers and all of that. But I really appreciate y'all listening. It means a lot. And, you know, this is my outlet. This is what works for me. This is what helps me stay healthy mentally and emotionally too, because not only am I able to talk to y'all, but I'm possibly able to help someone feel not so lonely. So that's pretty cool. But guys, I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for all of your patience and everything. Subscribe, don't forget, subscribe below. Hit the bell if you want to get notifications for all of the new content coming out. I should have a lot more content coming out this upcoming week. I was waiting just until my voice was better, my nose was a little bit better, where I didn't sound scratchy or super congested, even though I know I sound super congested. But I appreciate it, guys. And then I'll talk with y'all again very soon. Okay, guys, so I am in the vehicle heading on out to get flowers. I definitely feel better. I changed tops. Hello. But I definitely feel better about going today, with today being such a hard day. I'll have to be strong for my son too. He's actually with his TTs right now, so we're gonna meet up to go get the flowers and everything, which is not should be the ones I was telling you about earlier. But I'm, you know, kind of excited to be able to go and talk to her and everything. I'm not as excited to be emotional, obviously, because being emotional is never really the most flattering thing in the world. But I think you just got to let it out. Just try to maintain the best balance that you can between grieving and your everyday life, because it's very hard to pull yourself out of that sometimes, you know. So I hope, you know, you guys have have someone or some ones in your corner to help you with that process if that's something that you're going through right now, because it's not easy. Like, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. It's nowhere near that. It's actually one of the hardest things to do, and to really accept. Acceptance is a big thing as well. So I'm I'm just pretty excited. I'll be able to show y'all the flowers that we pick out. They'll be with me shortly. We're actually meeting there now. So Mom loved all kinds of plants. Like, she was a gardener. She had that green thumb to her core. I couldn't tell you how many times I had to haul them huge bags. And y'all know what I'm talking about if y'all have gardens or have gardened in any way, of mulch. Like the ones that smelled horrendous, like the maroon or really dark red. Oh my gosh. Couldn't tell you how many of those I've loaded up, unloaded, poured out, dug up. Oh, help me. So much. But it was just quality time with her, you know, which was all that you can really ask for, is just something so beautiful like that. So I miss it, definitely. And I was so proud because my son my oldest son wants to join the gardening club at his school. So, you know, I'm stoked. Like, I think that that is amazing, because he wants to take after his granny, you know, like he remembers those times. He had his own gardening tools and all of that, so he loved to go out there and do that with her, and with his TTs and me as well. Like, we would all be out there pulling up weeds or trimming bushes, or, you know, any of those things. I'm at Rouse's, you see it on the back side there. But it's awesome, so I'm pretty excited. They actually just pulled up, so I guess I'm gonna, oh, I'm covering you, so sorry. I guess I'm gonna mosey on in and go in here and try to find more something super cute and really nice that's gonna stay and not try to fly away. I like to get her different ones all the time. But I will resume the video once we get inside. Alright, so we are in the store. We got a few flowers over here. My son's over there looking at me like, I want to be in the video. All of those. Cam, come here, Pooh. We got different flowers here. There's some really pretty sunflowers over there. Some of the flowers we got. These are the ones that we chose. Beautiful blue is really, really nice. They have a lot of different ones. I really like buying the flowers here. Which ones do you like? Yeah, those are the ones we got Granny last time, remember? With all the different colors, those daisies. Yeah. They have those, and then they have these really nice sunflowers, petite sunflowers. Those are really cool. I like those a lot. But we're gonna get that and then head out of here shortly. All right, so back in the car. We are on you can't even see the top of my hair, my forehead. Woo, Lord. We've gotten the flowers, got me a little crab salad, or seafood salad, they say, which is delicious, from Rouse's. If you have a Rouse's around you, give it a whirl. It's good. It's imitation crab, but it's really tasty, because I like seafood. But on our way to Seymour now, and now I don't know where we came up with more. It just kind of happened, and it stuck. So, I'm just very thankful, you know, and for all the people out there that's wondering, because obviously I just took a video in the store with my oldest son and my sisters, and you can tell they're African American, yeah, and I'm Caucasian, so, but I'm technically Irish and British per 23andMe. Brand deal. Anyways, so that should tell you there that Moore was an older African-American woman who did not let the prejudice of this world affect the way that she treated people. But she took me in as her own. My oldest son is biracial, so he is half African-American, half Caucasian, and, you know, she loved me, and she loved my children for who we are. It didn't matter my skin tone. It didn't matter how I was raised. It didn't matter any of those things. And that's what's so beautiful about love, because it is truly unconditional. And you can really tell when someone just ultimately has your back always and forever and will be there for you no matter what. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's amazing. I'm so thankful to have had such an amazing role model to steer me in the right direction as far as the way that I portray my world to be, and the way that I feel that society should be accepting of everyone, which is awesome. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care if you're a man, woman, a them, a there, an us, a we. If that makes you happy, it makes you happy. Do you? I'm good with that. I don't know why people are so offended so easily and think, oh, it has to be either black or white. There is a humongous, you hear me? Humongous gray area when it comes to anything in this world. I feel like if we have more people out here telling you how it really is, like how the world really works, how people should be treated. I think that that's really setting a really good example for our kids and letting them know, like, treat everyone the way you would want to be treated. Like, literally, that you're told that as a child, but that is the truth in everyday life. And I tell my kids that all the time. Like, and they know too, like, when you start dating, I hope they're like 30. Not really, because that would be awkward. But you know what I'm saying? Like, older. I don't care if the person you bring home is green, purple, yellow, pink, lime green, red, orange, whatever. I don't care if they're tall, short, if they're a little thick, if they're super thin, you know, if they're dark skin, light skin. I don't really care. I don't care if they got braids in their hair or if they have super straight hair, if they got curly hair. I'm super thankful for the example that she provided to me of being so accepting, because she could have totally been on the whole other spectrum, you know, and been completely against anyone that is white or Caucasian or whatever, just due to the racism, the slavery, all of those things. I mean, people are like, get over it, it was so long ago. It's actually not. I live in Mississippi, so there are a lot of racist individuals that do a good job at hiding their racism until it comes to a Facebook post, or they feel like, oh, I can meet with my brothers and wear my MAGA hat. Is it MAGA? I don't know. Yes, it is. I had to say it in my head, so sorry. And just be super racist. Not that all Trump supporters are racist, because I don't believe that at all. But I believe if you don't see the things that he's doing and the divide he's trying to put on our country, or has put on our country in a lot of areas, just fueled by hate, then you're oblivious. Like, you're literally delusional. Seriously. So, just, you know, love one another. Always, always, always. Like, just help people out, man. Like, what does it matter? Don't look at someone and just be stereotypical and say, oh, there's a young black male, I bet he's a hoodlum. He should be locked up because he's wearing a black hoodie and his hands are in his pockets, wearing saggy sweatpants. Like, that's just ridiculous. You know, I'm on a little bit of a rant today. It's definitely making me feel a lot better than I felt earlier today, because I just truly wasn't feeling like myself, and I want to be able to do that, because a lot of times if you let yourself get down and you don't try to get out of the hole that you've dug, I guess, you just kind of bury yourself in that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back to avoiding and kind of burying it. You know, the little box I told y'all I got, and burying it in that box and just not dealing with it, because that's not healthy in any way. So, you know, I wish I could have met her. Like, amazing human being. So, you know, if you find someone like that in your life, you cherish them, you love them, you give them your all, because that is very hard to come by. And she was one of a kind. So hopefully she's listening to me with all this praise right now, talking about, yes, that's my daughter there. I can hear her with her little laugh and stuff. She's so silly. But I feel like a lot of times I find myself talking to her, you know, just kind of like a prayer when you're talking to God. You're just telling him, hey, man, like, I'm having a hard time. That's the type of talks I have with God. Like, it's just real down to the nitty gritty. This is what's going on, you know, I'm having a hard time. And I think that those are the most healthy talks, because you're praying, and yes, you're showing your appreciation and your love and your thanks for all of the blessings that he's bestowed upon you. But man, you can be real with God and just have a conversation like, I'm struggling, Lord, please help me, you know. And I have those conversations with Mo. I even talk to Isaiah, my nephew, you know. I know they're in heaven looking down. I feel like they come to see me sometimes in the form of butterflies. I read a lot about it. I did a little bit of research, because I was seeing them a lot after Mo had passed away. the white ones and the yellow ones, and just a lot, like all throughout the year, which you see them more so in spring and summer, you know, but literally throughout the year, it was just the craziest thing. And like when I see one, I say, hey Mom, what are you doing? You over here trying to be sneaky and watch what I'm doing? Yeah. And then I'll talk to Isaiah and say something, you know, something like that too, like he's trying to play a trick on me, because he was such a prankster. I swear. When we went to Texas for his service, I literally locked myself from leaving my hotel room. Like the deadbolt was locked and I couldn't unlock it, so I couldn't shut my door all the way. So I had to call and have them come up and help me, right? And I know that was Isaiah. He was like, you know, TT, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna play this prank on you real quick, let you know I'm here, I'm paying attention, you know. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, you know. It's just, you get to see amazing things from people, and you cherish those good memories, and you just kind of gotta live on those and try not to be down in the dumps about it. So, I'm back. See, I changed a bit. That was pretty hard. I have a line on my nose from my Ray-Bans. I haven't been wearing my glasses because it hurts my nose, and then you see how imprinted it is, right? Like, oh my word, it's crazy. But anyways, we're all cut, you know the deal. I'm glad I went, and I'm glad that I was able to go and show them all some love. And sometimes we gotta do things that are uncomfortable to help us move forward in life, you know. It's not always the easiest, but hey, sometimes it's just got to be done. But there was this gentleman when we were leaving. I was gonna stop at a little gas station on the corner so I could get my son an icy, and because he was riding with his TTs, and he was sitting there and he was just holding his head down and shaking it and doing that, and it just, you know, it hit me like, what if he lost someone? And he's in, like, it's hot down here. I don't know where y'all are, but it's hot. It's heat index easily over 100, and this is September. So he was out there scorching. And, you know, I just went in, I got my son the icy, and I got a big water, and I brought it over to him. And, you know, he was sitting on one of those bus benches, and he was just so thankful, you know, like, he gave me a hug and he said, God bless you and thank you. Just for a water, something so simple, you know, that made me feel really good to just do something for someone. Like, if you can do it, it's like, life is short. You gotta, you know, really put that into perspective, because it's difficult to raise your children to be independent, strong-willed adults that are caring and loving and kind, and not be that way yourself. Because I care about other people, even if I don't know them. I mean, you see somebody going through some pain or heartache or whatever, it's hard not to care. Like, I don't know how some people just don't care, but I do, and it's just, it tugs at my heartstrings, you know. So that was a blessing. Well, might have put him there for me to just, you know, bless him and try to help him in some way. And he blessed me in return with just the feeling of peace, you know. But I just want to get back to you guys, let you know I'm back. I am about to probably do some laundry and such, but so far so good for today. So thanks for going through it with me. Thanks for just being here to listen to my rant. And I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe right below. Go ahead and do that. If you want to see more of these lovely videos and join our family, I would love for you to do that. Also, the bell for notifications when new videos come out. All of my social media is going to be attached as well. So I'll attach all that and I'll make it pop up here. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Instagram's Fabulously Imperfect Mom. Snapchat, Twitter is Fab Imperfect Mom, F-A-B. Imperfect Mom. You know, reach out to me. You need a little support, I got you. That's, you know, what I'm here for. I think it's a really nice thing to help other people out when you know what they're going through, or maybe you don't even know what they're going through, but you can still be a support system for them. Some people need that support system. I don't know where I'd be without mine. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.